You are a professional who trusts data, not woo-woo. So why can't you just shake off those moments of unexplainable knowing? What if science proves your gut feeling is actually real? How can you, as intellectual professionals, reconcile with these unexplained gut feelings, experiences with other scientific viewers worldwide? And practically, how can you harness this hidden intelligence without compromising your credibility? So this video reveals the invisible intelligence operating beneath your conscious awareness, an ancient survival system that processes information almost 200,000 times faster than logic, yet gets dismissed in our data-obsessed world. Through my role as an anesthetist and hypnotherapist, I've witnessed this hidden mind at work. A skeptical client who had never met her grandmother suddenly described her perfume and gardening habits in detailed description, later verified by her family. This is not a ghost story, it's evidence of a sophisticated neural network science that's only beginning to be understood. Here, you will discover the neuroscience behind these unexplainable moments of knowing, proof that your gut feeling is actually your subconscious mind processing vast data. You will learn 3 science-backed techniques like the 90-second rule to access this hidden intelligence. And most importantly, you will gain permission to trust those flashes of insight, not as mystical hunches, but as your brain's most advanced pattern recognition system. In a world drowning in information, the real edge goes to those who listen to what their mind already knows. I'm Dr. Anand, and this is how to awaken your hidden mind without losing your credibility. They told you that gut feeling is not scientific, but your brain knows things 200,000 times faster than logic. So let's talk about what you are really sensing. We all had those moments, that split-second instinct to move to the left instead of the right to avoid an accident, a voice in your gut screaming, "Don't trust them," about someone who later betrays you, or waking up with an answer to a problem that logic could not solve. So here's the truth. Those flashes of gut feeling are not magic, they're not even luck, they're data. As an anesthetist, I've spent years studying how the brain processes reality, but as a hypnotherapist, I've witnessed something even more profound. There is a hidden intelligence in you, one that operates beneath conscious thought, faster than logic, and often wiser than reason. And for decades, I have been training myself to ignore it. This video is not about trusting your vibes, it's about something even far bigger. As both an anesthetist and hypnotherapist, I've discovered a frightening truth. Your subconscious mind processes information 200,000 times faster than your conscious mind. Yet, we are trained to dismiss its wisdom. But did you know that by the time you have had a feeling, your subconscious mind has already voted? Your subconscious has been trying to tell you something. For years, I believed consciousness was simply what happens when neurons fire. Then something extraordinary happened in my hypnotherapy session. Client after client from my hypnotherapy session described near identical experiences. Feelings of presence, overwhelming love, or maybe connection beyond our physical world. So the science is clear. Our conscious mind is the tip of the iceberg. We all know that. While you are processing about 50 bits of information right now, your subconscious mind is handling 11 million more. That's why you can sense someone staring before you see them, why you sometimes just know things. Do you still remember how a humble pawn, the chess pawn, defeated humanity's greatest chess champion? In 1997, Garry Kasparov lost to IBM's Deep Blue because it could calculate 200 million moves per second. But here's what fascinated me. When asked why he made certain moves, even Kasparov could not explain his genius. He just said, "I just knew." So we are living in a paradox. We worship data-driven decisions, yet the world's top CEOs, surgeons, and firefighters rely on something even far more ancient: gut feeling. Why? Because right now, as you listen, your subconscious is processing 11 million bits of information per second, while your conscious mind just struggles with 50. As an anesthetist, I spent years believing consciousness was just electrical storms in the neural network within the brain itself. But when I started practicing hypnotherapy, I discovered something that changed everything. You have not one but two brilliant minds, and we have been systematically silencing the wiser one. Emma was a numbers person, a financial analyst who trusted data, spreadsheets, not feelings. But during one session, her breath suddenly slowed, tears rolling down, and she said, "She's here, my grandmother. I can feel her hand on my shoulder and I smell her perfume, like roses and something earthly." Here's what stunned me. Emma's grandmother had passed away years ago. They have never met in person, just through stories from her mother. But when Emma later described the scent to her mother, "That's her," her mother said. She used to have this rose perfume and soil under her fingers because she likes gardening. So this is not ghost story, it's data. It's your subconscious mind that processes information faster than your conscious mind. And there's something deeper here. A memory or a bond that outlasts the body. I really don't know. But what I do know is this. When we dismiss these moments as just imagination, we are ignoring the most sophisticated pattern recognition system in the known universe. Same neural pathways, same emotional centers. The only difference is science calls one has memory and the other has mystery. But what if it's all the same hidden language? One, our mind speaks fluently. The odds? Less than 0.0001%. As a medical doctor, I had to ask this. Are these hallucination, or is there a layer of mind we have not learned to measure yet? Cutting-edge research shows that ICU patients worldwide report strikingly similar near-death experiences. Advanced meditators demonstrate brain states that defy current models. Quantum biology suggests our cells might communicate in ways we don't yet understand. The implications are profound. Your mind may not be confined to your brain. It might interact with reality in ways we are only beginning to glimpse. Neuroscience reveals something extraordinary. The body knows before you do. Study shows your skin conductance spikes a full second before you decide to act. Your gut contains 500 million neurons. That's more than a cat's entire brain, sending signals to your conscious mind that has not even learned to decode yet. So what if your subconscious mind is not whispering, it's actually shouting? So why do we keep overruling it? Let me share with you a method where you can tune into your gut feelings consciously. When stress hits, wait for 90 seconds. And that's how long cortisol takes to clear, like letting sediments to slowly settle in water. Suddenly, insights emerge. Your retina captures about 10 million beats per second, but you only perceive 40. So try this. Soften your gaze daily. Notice what your periphery detects before you focus. Before making any decision, imagine the future you saying, "I knew I should have." That voice. That's your subconscious pattern recognition speaking. Well, after thousands of hours in operating room and therapy session, here's what this experience has taught me. Those gut feelings I used to ignore, they are my subconscious mind processing millions of data points that my conscious mind can't handle. And the moment I dismiss as coincidences, which are often more meaningful, they're actually clues to a deeper connection between minds. True scientific progress actually begins when I admit that I don't know. If 90% of the universe is dark matter, how much of the mind actually remains uncharted? For just 5 minutes before bed, sit in silence. Don't meditate, don't breathe deeply, just notice. And here's why this is risky. You might actually discover an answer to that problem you have been grinding on, a memory your mind has been protecting you from, or worse, realizing how much noise you have been tolerating. This journey from unconscious autopilot to mindful awareness has not erased my struggles. I still overthink, I still doubt. But now there's a difference. When I stand in the operating room, I notice how the silence between heartbeats mirrors the stillness I find in meditation. When I guide hypnotherapy clients, I'm no longer just analyzing their brain waves. I feel the weight of their stories, that the subconscious carries. And when I teach mental resilience, I don't just share techniques. I confess how hard it is for me as a doctor, trained doctor, to trust only data, to admit that energy and emotion are now diagnostic tools too. We know your brain solves problems best when you're not trying. So what happens when millions of us start giving it to that space? So I'll leave you with this. What if the very intelligence you have been dismissing, those flashes of knowing that defy logic, were actually your mind's most sophisticated data analysts? Well, the science is clear. The subconscious mind processes 11 million bits per second of information, spotting patterns your conscious mind can't see. The 90-second rule, peripheral awareness, the pre-mortem technique gives you tools to access this, not just woo-woo method, but as a competitive edge. So tonight, when you pause in silence, when you notice that quiet nudge you will normally override, ask yourself one dangerous question. What if I stop pretending I don't already know? And what are you afraid you'll hear in the silence?